Travel does not always go as planned. A recent trip to Washington, D.C. is our most recent example. A very cold and rainy day forced us to alter our plans to something indoors. The Stephen Udvar Hazy Center is a branch of the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum located in Chantilly, Virginia, adjacent to Dulles Airport. The center is located in two large hangars and displays thousands of space and aviation artifacts. The center displays many pre-war and then World War I era aircraft. Of course, all of these aircraft are now over 100 years old. It makes you really appreciate the bravery of the men who got in these machines back then. This French Blaireau looks especially primitive. The Sopwith Camel is perhaps the most well-known aircraft used by both the British and Americans in World War I. One famous aircraft from the interwar years is this, the Winnie Mae. In 1930, pilot Wiley Post flew this aircraft around the world in 8 days and 15 hours. Before we go any further, I do want to mention that we are now an affiliate of FareDrop.com. One of the toughest parts of traveling is finding a great deal on a flight. We found a way to help you with that. We use FareDrop.com to find great deals on flights for our travel. The app allows you to pick your own airport to be based out of and then allows you to pick domestic and/or international flights. Click the link below to learn more details, and if you do sign up using our link, we do get a small commission to help support the channel. Feel free to message us with any questions you may have, but for now, back to the video. Of course, the center has an extensive collection of World War II era aircraft. One of these World War II aircraft is one of the centerpieces of the center. The Enola Gay is one of the most famous aircraft in the museum. This aircraft dropped the world's first atomic bomb on the city of Hiroshima, Japan in August 1945, bringing an end to World War II. The World War II era aircraft on display are not limited to American aircraft. Many examples from Germany and Japan are also on display. This German HE-219 is one of only 2 examples still left in the world. This Arado 234 Blitz is the only known example of the first jet bomber ever produced and put into action. This aircraft in very poor condition, you might even wonder why it's here. This is one of 3 aircraft known to still exist that were at Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941. It was stored outside for many years and is displayed here at the museum in an unrestored condition. One aircraft that would be easy just to walk right by is this, the glamorous Glennis. In October of 1947, then Captain Yeager became the first person to fly faster than the speed of sound in level flight in this aircraft. A later flight, he achieved Mach 1.45 at nearly 72,000 feet in this aircraft. Of course, soon after the end of World War II came the Cold War, along with conflicts in Korea and Vietnam, and there are multiple aircraft from that era on display. I found it a little surprising the Smithsonian managed to obtain a Cold War era MiG-15 as well as a MiG-21. One of the most amazing aircraft on display is this, the SR-71 Blackbird. The SR-71 originally flew in 1966 and was designed as a high-altitude, high-speed reconnaissance aircraft. It regularly flew missions at Mach 3.2 at an altitude of 85,000 feet. Only 32 of the Blackbirds were ever built. The last one was retired in 1999. Nearby also on display is another very rare and very fast aircraft, the Concorde. The first Concorde was flown in 1976. Only 20 examples were ever constructed. This aircraft can cruise at 60,000 feet of altitude at Mach 2.04. Despite all the other amazing aircraft on display, the star of the show here is probably this, the Space Shuttle Discovery. The Discovery was the third space shuttle constructed. It first flew in 1984 and was retired in 2011. The shuttle dry weighs 172,000 pounds. It did complete 39 flights. On display directly adjacent to the Space Shuttle is this, the Mercury capsule Friendship 7. In February 1962, astronaut John Glenn became the first American to orbit the Earth in this capsule. At the back of the center, you have this view of the Mary Baker Engine Restoration Hangar. Obviously, this facility is large enough to work on several aircraft at once. Here you see a Boeing B-17 under restoration. I know there are plenty of options to spend your time during your visit to Washington, D.C. However, I highly recommend you work in some time to visit the Udvar Hazy Center. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope it encourages you to visit the Udvar Hazy Center. Please like, share, and subscribe, and be on the lookout for many other videos of our other adventures.